All right. So we are back. It is Monday, January 6th. It's our next cardio Q&A. Hopefully, as we talked about before, if you guys have questions, you will hop on. Um, I guess the videos on YouTube actually stay there. And I don't know if I'm supposed to mention YouTube or not since I am on Twitch over here. But as we go, inevitably there will be some sort of uptick in questions from one side or the other. And the hope is that while I'm on here, I have the ability to answer whatever questions you guys have. If you guys have questions, if not, no big deal. But I'll be on here for probably about 10 minutes. And that's kind of both. We'll see if there's an uptick in, either one. Like I've said in previous videos and previous iterations of this, my goal is to be able to bring information to people that is not going to be, gate kept behind a paywall, answer certain questions. One of the questions I got after the last live was, if I've been doing this for 30 days, how do I stay consistent? What happens after that 30-day kind of drop off? Well, if you're exercising and eating well for 30 days and that magic number of 30, that 1 month kind of hits you, and then instantly you stop being as diligent or committed to your exercise routine, odds are the routine is probably too challenging. The regimen is too challenging. And that's where a lot of people fall off. Because we don't fall off because things are easy. We fall off because we set the bar too high, or we create a unrealistic expectation of what we're capable of from the onset of whatever we're doing. So what does that mean? Well, if you've set an unrealistic expectation for your goals, it's really hard to stay consistent. So if you've made it 15 days, you're going to the gym, you're eating right, you made it 30 days, and you have a problem crossing that threshold, it means you set the bar too high, you're trying to do too much, it's not actually fitting into your lifestyle. You can brute force anything into your lifestyle for a few weeks or a few months, but after a certain point, you can't just jam it in there. So if you're finding that you're struggling after a certain period of time to maintain consistency, then odds are it's not that you're doing anything bad, you're just trying to do too much. And a lot of times when people have families, people have other work and life obligations, it's a lot harder to stay consistent because those family and life obligations will take time. So if you're trying to, let's just say, go to the gym every day for 90 minutes, you want to go to the gym and you want to come home and prep all these meals and do all these things that are outside of your normal family comfort zone, it gets a lot harder for you to maintain because you have, if you have kids, you have sporting events, you have after school activities, you have certain social events those kids are going to go to. If you've got a spouse, it's a whole other thing where you have other events that you're going to. So that ability to stay consistent is only good for so long before it becomes a problem, before it becomes harder. So for those of you that just hopped on, for the new year, I kind of want to set up some time to answer questions that people may or may not have regarding health and fitness. And one of the questions I had that I was just going through was like consistency after a certain period of time, just falling off. But it's always interesting to see this time of year the type of questions people do have and the type of issues that people run across, because we all have similar problems, we all have similar questions. Life does get in the way. Time management is hard. Eating right is hard. But that's why I want to do this, because a lot of us don't have resources, and there's a lot of YouTube channels you can go to or Instagram pages you can go to or whatever, where you'll just find people and basically they get on to promote their shit. And yeah, I have shit to promote, but I'm not gonna, hey bud, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time, trying to sell your shit, because in reality, if you're interested in buying it, you'll find the links and you'll find the websites and you'll find everything else that you need. But if you have questions that, you need answered, that you don't feel like paying a ridiculous amount of money for, then go ahead and ask them. I mean, there's no reason why in this day and age people can't get the answers to the question they want, and they want to be able to get it in real time. If you can get the information that you need in real time without having, the massive headache of going through paywalls and jumping through hurdles and, dealing with buy my program, buy my plan, why not? I think I've said it before. I mean, I even said it before today. Information itself is free. There's tons of places you can go to find the information for free. So it's the application that you're actually paying for. So if it comes down to it and I get 100 people asking 100 questions, well, that's great, because that means I helped 100 people. If 100 people apply that information, well, guess what? I just helped change 100 lives. And then the cool part is, at some point, there is a reward there. But, it's all a different thing for a different time. But I've got probably about, let's just call it 4 more minutes, and I'll switch gears to maybe something else. Hey, what's going on? So, I'm just riding and answering questions, so it seems like YouTube is definitely more chatty than over here. But that's okay. That's why we're doing it. And I know I said this before, not so much, I haven't said this yet today, but as I do this, I'm looking for where the best place to do this is, because the goal is to impact people. I'm going to run the stream for probably about 10 minutes on, Facebook.